Okay, so we'll start the class. Back and neck straight, close your eyes. And start connecting with your breath. Allow your breath to return to the natural rhythm. And stay with your breath. Observe your posture. And make sure your forehead, neck, and shoulders are relaxed. And now begin to elongate your breath. Inhale deeply and exhale deeply, deepening the breath. We'll chant Om 3 times, followed by 3 shantis. Inhale deeply for Om. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Join both your hands together in front of your chest. And now rub both the palms together. Place them over your eyes. Slowly, while blinking and looking at your palms, come back with a smile. And namaste to everyone. Everyone is doing good? Okay, so today we are going to place categories again. I think we can go with another 2-3 rounds. Yeah, so I'll share my screen.
Give easy one.
I do not choose in this. It's automated. Okay, so I'll start the time. Okay.
Done.
Very good. We have last 10 seconds left, so okay, time up. Okay. Okay. So once again, we'll write our answers in the chat box. Okay. So let's start. I think this was okay. Like today, our categories were okay. So first category is nicknames. Oh, very nice.
It's
Okay.
my nickname.
Oh, okay. Nice. Second category is articles of clothing. I also thought of jacket only. Jumpsuit. Nice. Okay. I'll move to the next one. Next was animals. Oh, zebra? How did zebra come in J?
Actually, it is Z, no? But on speaking, we speak sometimes J.
Oh, okay. Okay. Next is cartoon characters. Okay. Yeah, I also came up with Jerry. I remember Tom and Jerry, and I was like, Jerry. Okay, things in a medicine cabinet. Any anybody came up with something in this?
I did not write.
Yeah. Nah, I'm thinking. I cannot think of anything. Okay, items in your wallet or purse. It's very cute. Interesting. Japanese coin. Wow. Hmm. Okay. I'll move to the next one. Musical groups. Jonas Brothers. Okay. Nice. Jab. Okay, that's a musical group.
No, no, no. Sorry. That's another further answer. Next question answer.
Okay. Diet foods.
Sorry.
Okay, yeah. We'll move to the next then. Diet foods.
That's Joe. It's a wheat bran, no? Wheat bran. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Jam. Jaggery. Okay. Next is
Not
languages.
kind.
Sorry?
No, no, sorry.
Jewish, Japanese. What else?
Mhm.
Japanese. Okay. So the next category is people in uniform. Oh, very interesting. Uh-huh. Jokers. Nice. Anybody else filled in this category? Okay, great. So we'll go for another round. Okay.
It's I or L.
I.
Surprise. To take out loan. Method of transportation.
So the Ayurveda class will start at 12. Right now we have yoga philosophy. Okay, our time is up.
Very difficult.
That's okay. Yeah, so I think we'll start again. Yeah, so let's go. Reptiles and amphibians. This one never seems to leave us. Has to come up one time in the day. Why can't I see the chart? Uh, Anybody who came up with the answer to this one? Nope. Okay. Next is animals in books or movies. Hmm. Yeah, this is iguana. Oh, wow. Nice. Okay. So I'll move to the next one, school supplies. Ink pen. Nice. Yeah, I also came up with ink only. Okay, kinds of dances. Indian contemporary. Okay. Irish tango. Mhm. Okay. Product names. Nice. Okay. Next is computer parts. Okay.
This is not a part, but something related to computer.
Yeah. Okay. Words ending in N. Nice. And oh, you're using the same answer. Okay. Next category is words associated with exercise. Wow. My mind never went there. Intense. Okay. Reasons to take out a loan. Okay. And last category is methods of transportation. Yeah, even I cannot think of anything. Okay. So we'll start our class, we'll end the game. Okay, great. So today our topic of discussion is karmayoga. Okay. Karmayoga. Okay. So yesterday or in some previous discussions, it also this thing has come up that the starting point is different according to the personality of the person. Okay. So Karma Yoga is one of the schools out of all the schools of yoga, and it promotes what? It promotes that if I, for suppose I don't believe in anything, okay, and I'm not like too much interested, like that I have to do this or that, or believe in something which is not supported by my experience, then somebody who doesn't believe in all of these things or isn't like exactly very emotional, so cannot connect very emotionally, or doesn't even think that okay, I have to work too much on my mind, or my mind will control everything and everything will change according to that. So that person sees that at least whatever I'm doing, I'm seeing a direct impact of that happening in my life. Yeah. And like if I'm doing something, I will immediately see the results of that action. So at least when I'm connected with my physical reality, something is happening, and there is something that is working. When I give, there is something coming back, and when something is coming back, that whole cycle is going on. So my actions are somewhere determining how I feel, how I function during the day, or in general in my life also. So if suppose like I wake up in the morning and my morning doesn't, like I do something or maybe eat some kind of food which doesn't support my body. Yeah. So I will immediately see that my day is going like not going on the it's going downhill basically. So what I'm saying is that because I performed a particular action, some impact happened on my body. So at least that much if I'm able to become aware of, then I can at least change my own lifestyle and do add things which support me and eliminate things which don't support me. So Karma Yoga is somewhat based on this ideology only, that whatever I am doing, if I'm doing it with the right state of mind and with the right intention, then that will help me. And if not, then that will not help me. Okay, at least on a beginner level, it won't serve me. So the word karma uh, literally means action or work. Okay. And you will find the mention of this in Bhagavad Gita chapter 3. Okay. So Karma Yoga believes that if you're able to harmonize your actions, then you will actually be able to connect with your inner self and your higher self. Okay. So once the whole conversation between Arjuna and Krishna starts, then at a particular point of time, Krishna explains to him that why his action is necessary. Okay. And this is the chapter in which he elaborates on this entire concept. So first thing he tells Arjun over here is that there is no way in which karma doesn't happen. Like if you are alive, then karma is going on. Okay, it can be on a physical level, like when I'm doing things, or at least on a mental level, like my thoughts and all of those things are going on inside. Okay, so if you are alive, karma is happening at all times. So he told Arjun that there is no way in which you can escape karma. Okay, so what you can do is change how that karma is done. Okay, so no human being can escape karma. Okay, when they are alive during their life. Okay, so now what he told Arjun was that somebody who has achieved the highest goal also is also not free from karma. Okay, if I have realized the highest self, like my highest self, then also I'm not free from karma. And what is happening over there is that I have a choice over there. Either I can just stay absorbed in the higher self, okay, because I've achieved the final goal. But he said that this is inaction somewhere, and action is superior to inaction. That is what he elaborates on, that somebody who has, even someone who has attained the highest goal, should come and help other people, or should help people around himself or herself, so that they are able to lead a better life. So even for that person, action is superior to inaction. Okay, then he tells, like he discusses karmayog in, like I'll write down a few points, so we'll discuss on these. So the first one is, okay, so these are the 5 categories I can divide, like then when he discusses the entire topic on karma. Okay, so first thing he says is that whenever you're doing something, you should always see it as a duty. Okay, that if I'm performing something right now, okay, I'm taking your class. Okay, so it is somewhere my duty to take your class. And for us, like when we come to this generation, then the word duty seems to be very heavy. Yeah, if I say that it is my responsibility to do something, or it is my duty to do something, I automatically somewhere, we have associated that with being burdened. But that is not the sense in which duty has been talked of. So by duty, he actually, what he wants to push ahead is that you're, one thing, that you are connected with your task because you have to do it. Okay, so you don't run away from the task, you don't go into inaction. One thing is that. Second thing that he wants to emphasize over here is that when I am doing that particular task, I am not connected with the results of that task. If I think of something as my duty, then the underlying feeling that comes with the word duty should be that I'm not connected with the results of whatever I'm doing. If the connection with the results will come in, then that would lead to suffering. Okay, so that is what he means when he says that whatever you are performing, you should see it as a duty. Okay. Then second point we have discussed in previous classes also, karamsu kaushalam. Okay. So over here we discussed skillfulness in action. So when I am connected to my task, and I am fully connected to my task, whatever I'm doing that one thing, and I am properly connected with it, then I can say that that is karamsu kaushalam, or skillfulness in my action. Yeah. If my mind is diverted in 10 different directions, then I won't be doing karamsu kaushalam. Okay, and it's not just the mind, all of your being should be connected with the task that you are doing. So right now, most times it happens that we sit in a class or we go somewhere, and we are around a lot of people, and we are physically present over there, but our mind is somewhere else, and our emotions are in totally different direction. So all of these, when we see that all of these are harmonized or synchronized, okay, so whatever I'm doing, my mind is over there. Okay, I'm doing this at this point of time, and I'm emotionally connected to it also. Emotionally, not to the fruits or the results, but emotionally, whatever I'm doing it with full dedication. Yeah. So that is the emotion that I'm putting into whatever I'm doing. And I'm just there doing it, understanding that this is what I have to do right now. Then I will move to the part where there is skillfulness in my action. And this also comes with time. So right now, if I think about it, like for like a beginner level, the mind is generally like going through a lot of thoughts during the day, and even when we are doing something. So what I can start doing is I can make a conscious effort over there, that I am present over there. If my mind runs away, I bring it back to my work. So it's not something karamsu kaushalam is like cannot be just achieved very quickly. Okay, it will take time, it will take a lot of effort, but you will reach there. And when you reach there, you will understand why karma yoga is considered to be like so important. Because if I am there doing whatever I'm supposed to do, then everything is very simple and easy. Right now my mind makes everything very complex when I'm doing something. Okay, why am I doing it? What is the benefit? All of these things come up, and then sometimes I stop. I don't do that thing. I'm just saying, okay, this is going to waste my time, so no, I'm not doing this. But if I am actually absorbed in my action, then all of these doubts won't ever come up. Yeah, I'm not giving them space to come up. So this is a state which is also achieved with time and effort. Okay, then he talks of nishkam karma. Okay, so now it was pretty clear that you cannot escape karma. But what he said was, at least you can detach yourself from the fruits of the action that you are taking or the work that you are doing. Now, in our day to day lives, when we think of this, uh, not even one single action that I can think of that I do is without any expectation. Like, for example, if I am serving someone, yeah, and I know that that person needs, for example, water. Okay, so somebody comes up to me and is very thirsty, and I'm giving them water. So I know that person needs that water to survive, but still there is this attachment of the result where I would expect a thank you or maybe just a smile. If that person would be totally indifferent towards me, I will be like, you know what, like, why did I even do that? you know so on a very subtle level, I am connected to the result of my action, no matter what I'm doing. Even in service, my service is not full if I am, or holistic I can say, if I am very much connected to what the reaction of the people or the place where I'm serving is going to be when I serve. Yeah. So here he talks that you should be detached from all the results, and you should give all your actions to surrender your actions to God. So bhakti yoga and karma yoga, somewhere in this concept, they merge a lot, because when I'm surrendering my action to a third party and somebody I really believe in, yeah, then what will happen is I won't be connected to the result so much, because I'm doing that out of a lot of shraddha or devotion. Yeah. So I won't be connected to the result so much. So this concept is like one of the major things that has been talked of in Karma, because sometimes what happens is you're doing everything. Maybe you reach that point where now you are at least connected for a moment or a while to that thing, but it's very hard to suspend the expectation when you are doing something. Yeah. So nishkam karma helps you over there, that okay, I have devoted everything to someone I believe in, and now whatever I'm doing is like for them. Okay. So bhakti yoga comes seeps into this concept. Then the next thing that is there is samta. So we did samatvam yoguchyate when we were discussing the definitions of yoga. And samta is something which is very important when you are performing any action. Okay. So right now, like if I'm doing something, then maybe some days, like if I'm too happy, I'll do that better. And some days if I'm too sad, I'll be like, okay, you know what, I'll give at least 20-30%, and that's okay. I mean, so what is happening because of the changes in the circumstances around me, or just in my own mood, my tendency to do that same work changes. Okay, so that is what is being talked of in Samta, that your mind should not be affected by happiness or sorrow, or we can say ups and downs. Your mind should be stable, it should be neutral. When your mind is neutral, then whatever action you are performing, that would also be at the same level only. Okay, if I'm sad and I do not like, okay, so today if I am sad and I don't feel like waking up, so why is this happening? Because there is no samta in the mind. Okay, the mind is going along with the emotions or whatever I am feeling, and it is influencing my action. So this shouldn't happen. You should reach a point where you will eventually reach that point, but you will reach a point where your mind should be stable when you are doing karma. So once you start practicing karma, initially you will see that most of your actions are like selfish, and maybe one or two times you're actually able to go in a state where your action becomes selfless. But as you progress on that path, you will see that you are working on all of these things. All the five things are somewhere getting enhanced now. Okay, so even your samta will get enhanced. This will reflect in your other actions during the day also, or dealing with situations where earlier you would have said, okay, you know what, I would have been really mad if this thing would have happened. But right now, like, I think I'm pretty okay with it. Like, I'm trying to make my peace with it. So this starts to seep in somewhere when you get into the practice of karma. Okay, and the last point is egolessness. So once again, over here, the big concept of surrendering your action comes in. Okay, so when I surrender my action to a higher energy or being that I believe in, then my action becomes very simple. There is no complexity in my action. And when my action, like when I'm doing my action and there is so much simplicity, I just have to do it because I have to do it, it's a duty, then you will see that you're able to perform actions much more skillfully also. Yeah. And in this, like your action, when you're doing action with egolessness, then you will see there is this um bhav. I don't know the English for bhav. Um, how can I say this? The feeling, I would say, with which you are doing, the intention with which you are doing that work is kind of turns into a form of worship only. Yeah. So if my action, like, for example, I believe in some God. Okay. You don't have to believe in a God also, maybe a higher energy that you believe in. And now you're devoting all your actions to that higher energy. So everything that you do is like a form of worship for that person or that energy or that thing. So when you are doing that, the level of devotion that comes into your action is very strong, and you are able to detach from your own self or from your own selfish purpose of doing that action. Yeah. So in karma yoga, the main thing that you have to understand is that it is not the karma which causes you to go into this loop of life and death. It is actually the selfish intention behind it which is binding you to the world. Yeah, and going again and again in this cycle of birth and death. So once I change my intention, I will see a change in everything that is happening around me. Okay, so any doubts still here?
So here in the first, like karma as a duty, and in third, like nishkam karma, both look same to me. Where you have no expectations or you are not attached to the fruit. Are they
Hmm.
both really same?
They, so all of them are, the Nishkam Karma part is talking about the feeling of what your action should be like. Yeah. So karma as a duty is also promoting that only. All of these things are connected to each other. Like they're not separate concepts. Yeah, but they're just put differently. So as a duty, because yes, there has to be detachment from whatever I am doing. But all of them are trying to say the same thing only. There has to be detachment. Okay. There has to be skillfulness in your action. You are totally engaged in the action and you're doing it with full dedication and devotion. Yeah. Okay.
But like when
But
once you're like detached, you don't feel really very motivated to do that.
Okay. So for this, you will have to go into the practice of karmayoga. So on an intellectual level, it seems that if I'm detached, I'm not passionate about something, then what is the motivation that I'm getting to do that thing? Yeah. On a very conceptual level, this doubt comes up. But once you go into the practice, you will see how you are still able to practice, but there is your motivation has now changed. Okay. So that is why I said bhakti comes in very deeply with karma yoga over here. Because once you're devoted to someone, okay, so think about this after the class. Maybe sometime in your life you must have been devoted to something or a goal. Yeah. So when you're devoted to that thing, then you are like not I can say, okay, in a goal also you're attached to the result for now, but like that is a very deep concept of bhakti. I will try to look forward for this. Wait.
maybe not detached from the task, detached from the result of the task. So maybe something like I'm playing a cricket game, which is a friendly match. So no one will cash prize from that, but I am completely involved in that cricket match. So I am not particularly attached to the result. Anyone means I am going to enjoy that match. So, but I am detached from the result. Like if that would have been a cash prize match, then I would have been attached to the result that I want as 10,000 rupees. So I'm playing that match. But now I'm just playing for the sake of playing. There is no attachment to that game.
Um, but here I would say like what the result actually how do you define your result that matters. Like you are one you can define your result as like a cash prize or your enjoyment or the feeling of happiness. So in somewhere or the other you are actually attached to the result, be it the enjoyment or be it the happiness.
Yes.
So it might not be very materialistic, but I feel that.
और और ये जो कर्म है क्रिकेट खेलना, उसके साथ में एक्सपेक्टेशन तो है कि मुझे उससे खुशी मिलेगी.
So yeah, I was also going to speak on this, that it's the expectation is comes to a very subtle level also, where you don't realize that there is an expectation. Yeah. So it depends. Like for me, like maybe money is something which is very important. So I'm going to that and I'm saying, okay, when money is not there, then at least I'm playing without attachment. But there is still a level of attachment over there also, because I'm trying to derive enjoyment out of that activity. Yeah. And the whole concept of karma yoga is that you have to do the karma, but your emotions are like, there are emotions, you are dedicated to your action, but you're not attached to that. So if,
Or
for example,
or we can say that we are going to the more subtle level on each level. Like now like your point is also right that I'm going from money to happiness, but ultimately from that happiness I'll go to something like spiritual progress, and then spiritual progress to ultimate. So from one place I've read where I've read that the attachment or desire towards God is not counted as a desire. So ultimately you're reaching to that desire which is not counted as the desire. So you can say money is uh, very much on downside. So you're going to subtle level happiness, then spiritual progress, and ultimately God. So God desires is not counted as desire, as what I have heard about. So I'm not sure, but maybe if you can desire for God, or you can desire for enlightenment, the is what I'd heard about, that desire is not counted as desire actually.
So, as per my understanding, even that desire, like, so we function on desires, okay? So for human beings, like, if I have to get something, like, I'll have a desire of it. And when we'll do Gyan Yog, we will see that even to attain moksha or liberation, there is a desire. Yeah. So on an initial level, there is attachment to that desire. Even that desire comes with an attachment, because now I'm sick and tired of everything around me. So I'm just saying, now to ab to mukt hona hai. Now I want liberation. अब समझ नहीं आ रहा कुछ भी और अब इन सब चीज में नहीं जाना, मतलब ये दिस इज नॉट सर्विंग मी, सो आई विल I want to go for liberation. So a very strong desire for liberation comes up, but it also initial for an initial level, like it comes up with an attachment only. So that is why samta is very important over here. When you are doing some action, there should be samta. Okay, your mind should not go up and down with whatever action you are doing. Okay, so initially when I talked of samta, it was like that my how my mood is, my action is being uh, guided by that, but it's the other way around also. When I'm doing an action, it has an impact on my emotions. So that impact, when I'm attached to that impact, okay, that it's going up, okay, I'll feel good, so I'll do more of it. So if I say like I'm doing something, yeah, and somebody compliments me for that, so I'll do more of it because I want the compliment more. Yeah, so that also is something that shouldn't come in your action. There has to be something.
So
And
samta here we are only like we are talking in terms of moderate behavior, right? Moderate behavior towards everything, or we can, or samta is like treating everyone same, or maybe if someone is my father, that's why I'm not treating him differently, and someone is not my relative, so I'm treating him differently. So in that terms you're talking samta, or moderation towards everything is called, we are calling samta.
no, samta is a state of mind. Okay. So that state of mind where you are unaffected by the ups and downs of life, when you're able to maintain that neutral state of mind, okay, no matter anything or everything is happening around you, it will push you to react. But what is happening is, because on a mental level you are stable, then you are not going into that process of reacting to the things or suppressing those things. Either of the two take place generally. Hmm.
It is more
So
like a balance.
Yes, balance.
yeah,
But
so I just want to ask something.
Mhm.
Yeah, Jagrati ji, please.
so please carry on.
Yeah, so I just wanted to understand, like Santa means here, like whenever we perform any work, so we should be giving our 100%. We are in the state of grief or happiness. Like if we are happy, we can perform even better. It is something related to the efficiency of work we are doing each time. So, but that efficiency gets improved. That depends on means our tendency or attitude, we can say. So it cannot be equalized every time. But do you means saying samta here, do you mean that each time we are doing work we should be 100%, we should be giving our 100%?
Hmm. It will be
That's it.
equalized. Like when you go into practice, you will see eventually it does get equalized, because now you are not being impacted by, we can say, our mental state or our emotional state. So by meaning, the meaning of treating each and every activity as the same is that only, that I'm like performing it with the same level of dedication, with the same level of devotion, that I would do something else. So right now what happens is, whatever motivates me more, I put in more effort in that, and whatever motivates me less, then I will do it half-heartedly, or maybe not give my 100%. So that is what you mean by samta. When your mind is balanced, then you will see that how is efficiency coming in your action. Now you're giving 100% everywhere. So that is your ultimate potential to give in 100%. Okay, but right now you're doing 30, 50, then something you really like, maybe 90. But when you're in a samta state, you will give 100% to each and every one of them, equal attention to every child, I would say. That's a way in which you can understand. Yeah.
Which is practically not impossible. Doesn't seem feasible.
So yes, that is what karma yoga emphasizes on, that karma becomes your meditation only. Yeah, so whatever I am doing is my meditation only, and ideally this is the ideal sense in which we are talking of it. For a beginner, at least start going into the process. That is when you start experiencing what is happening with the process. Yeah, right now I'm sitting outside, yeah, and I haven't practiced karma yoga, so I cannot understand what it's trying to say. I can read about it, like we had the example of ice cream also. Like I can explain to you how ice cream is, which color it is, how it tastes. But unless and until you don't taste it, you won't understand how this balance is coming into your action. That is the final goal. Like these are very like I would say higher level. These are like the ideal bars that have been set for a karma yogi, but will take time to reach there. Yeah, you cannot jump directly.
Like, I have one point related to this, the previous one. What was it? Nishkam Kam. Sorry, I couldn't mention that time. So in Nishkam Kam, there are many kind of expectations, like you say materialistic expectations, like as Omkar mentioned the example of the match. Like the team I support, suppose I'm supporting Mumbai Indians, so match is going on. I expect Mumbai Indians should win. So that is kind of another kind of expectation, and there might be an expectation like I just go and I'll watch the match, I'll enjoy. If Rohit Sharma is hitting sixes, I'll enjoy that as well. If Chris Gayle is hitting sixes, I'll enjoy that as well. So that is giving me happiness. So there also I'm expecting happiness, which is a kind of human instinct. So in this scenario, are we expected to control our human instinct as well, or just the materialistic expectations?
सी जितना कंट्रोल में जाओगे, जितना कंट्रोल करने की कोशिश करोगे कुछ, उतनी जल्दी ही उसको मतलब उसके एक एक्सट्रीम में जाने की कोशिश कर रहे हो. You're suppressing it. Karma yoga is not talking about suppression. Okay, it's talking about is a state of mind where you have achieved that level where you are just like, okay, now I don't want to go into the bhogi stage also. मैं भोगना भी नहीं चाहता इस enjoyment को. वही मैं कह रही हूँ, it's a very high level stage. Okay, once you sit in meditation, once you go very deep into meditation, these things will automatically start happening in your life. This is something which you will experience with time, and the depth of your meditation really counts over here. ये आप तब एक्सपीरियंस करोगे, बट आपको कोई ये नहीं बोल रहा कि आप अपनी डिजायर को सप्रेस करो, क्योंकि जैसे ही आपने सप्रेस कर दिया उस डिजायर को, वो चली जाएगी डीप आपके डीपर लेवल ऑफ माइंड में, और फिर वो जिस फॉर्म में बाहर आएगी तब आपको पता भी नहीं लगेगा कि वो डिजायर उस फॉर्म में बाहर आ रही है ना. तो सबसे पहले तो तभी रोगी के बाद भोगी आता है, फिर भोगी के बाद योगी आता है. कभी भी रोगी से आप योगी पे नहीं जा सकते, because you cannot suppress. I cannot, if I want like 10 things in my life and I have a desire for them, I would either require a very good like set of, I would say, karma, so that I can not like go into like deriving pleasure out of that thing and then detaching from it, कि मैं directly jump कर पाऊँ. उसके लिए बहुत अच्छे पुराने कर्म चाहिए होते हैं कि आप मतलब इसकी वैराग्य बोलते हैं इसको, डिटैचमेंट. तो एक परा और अपरा वैराग्य होता है, दो टाइप के होते हैं. तो उसके अंदर वो वाले वैराग्य में जाना जहां मुझे भोगने की जरूरत ही नहीं है. मैं पहले ही, मुझे किसी ने बोला कि ये मेरे लिए बुरा है और मैं समझ गई, और मैंने कभी वो करा ही नहीं, और कभी मेरे अंदर वो करने की डिजायर ही नहीं आई. तो वो बहुत एडवांस मतलब स्टेज होता है माइंड का भी कह सकते हैं. बट हमारे लिए अभी के लिए प्रॉपरली भोगना सीखना इज ऑल्सो गुड इनफ.
Okay.
कहीं पर ऐसा देखा गया है कि जहाँ समता का भाव होता है ना, वहाँ करुणा कम हो जाती है.
अच्छा, ये कहाँ से मतलब ये डाउट
जैसे कि कोई मतलब जिसका स्टेट ऑफ माइंड एकदम सम है, सपोज वो किसी दुखी आदमी को देख रहा है, जैसे किसी भिखारी को देख लिया, तो उसके माइंड में ये आता है कि ये तो उसके कर्मों का फल भोग रहा है। जो लेमैन होगा तो वो थोड़ा उसके प्रति कंपैशनेट करुणा होगा उसको। तो ये काफी बार ऑब्जर्व किया गया है कि जो लोग इतना हायर लेवल पे आ जाते हैं तो उनमें थोड़ा करुणा कम होती जाती है और वो हर चीज को ना मतलब कर्म फल की दृष्टि से देखते हैं।
देखिए इस बात पर आइडियली जब आप आगे बढ़ते हैं तब क्या होता है कि आपका कंपैशन बढ़ता है। ओके, सो दिस डज नॉट हैपन, लाइक सॉरी, okay, so this does not happen that your karuna will go down. But what is happening over here is when you go into samta, then you are not impacted by it. अब मैंने किसी को दुख में देखा और मैं दुखी हो गई, I see someone sad and I am sad. That is what generally happens right now. But for a yogi, this will not happen. If they see someone in dukh, they would not be impacted by that dukh. But that doesn't mean that they would not go into service. Yeah. Or they would not go into helping that person out. They will, in fact, help that person out in the best possible way. They'll give them the knowledge which will get them rid of all of their sufferings instead of just the immediate suffering that you see. Like अगर आप कह रहे हो कि कोई beggar दिखा तो कोई normal इंसान उसकी help करेगा, तो उसने क्या करा, that normal person went and bought food for the beggar. Okay, so now food is good. It is very good karma that you are giving food to a beggar. But that food will also last for 1-2 meals, maybe 3-4 meals. You get them monthly ration, 1 month, 2 months. But the highest level of help would be what, when you are making them understand how to get rid of their the entire spectrum of suffering, and that is what a yogi will be able to give them. तो इस तरह से भी इस चीज को देखा जा सकता है ना? इसमें the compassion doesn't go down. The compassion is not going down. The yogi is also understanding that okay, this person is suffering. All of us are suffering. Yeah, but his offering to the society is very different.
I think it was a very good mention. So in that scenario, I think our emotion would be neutral, but we'll have the tendency to help. We understand the need of the person, that they need some help, we'll help, but we won't have any emotion. Right?
Exactly. So you won't feel guilt if you have not helped that person. Like generally for a normal person, we're generally in a conflict when we see a beggar. And if we choose not to help that person, we go into guilt. Help कर दी होती, they needed our help. तो वो थॉट रहता है हमारे अंदर, तो वो भी नहीं होना चाहिए, वो भी आपको कहीं ना कहीं तंग परेशान कर रहा है।
नहीं तो गिल्ट आ गया तो फिर से इमोशन हो जाएगा ना।
हाँ, मैं वही कह रही हूँ कि उस स्टेट में भी जब आपने हेल्प कर भी दी या नहीं करी आपने, मान लो उस टाइम पे, तो आपका इमोशन फिर भी आ रहा है। ऐसा नहीं है कि आपने ना हेल्प करके, somebody who did not help, like if you're equating compassion directly with helping, then somebody who did not help also did not get free of emotion. That person might go back and feel guilt. That sense, I'm like, in that sense I was discussing this.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, so we'll end today's class. I'll stop sharing my screen. Okay, so we'll just do 1 Om and 3 Shantis. Back in neck straight, close your eyes. Inhale deeply for Om. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Join both your palms together. And now rub both the palms. Place them over your eyes. Slowly, while blinking and looking at your palms, open up your eyes. And namaste to everyone. Thank you.
Thank you.